In the AFC, where the New England Patriots at 9-7 were playing without their leaders, Drew Bledsoe, and we're in 11-5 Jacksonville, a team that they beat in the championship game 2 years ago. Could they pull the upset? Remember with Zolak, they beat San Francisco a couple of weeks ago. But they were playing in Jacksonville, and one of the less-known stats in all of football, 20 of the last 22 at home Jacksonville has won. They see all and know all at Alltel Stadium. First ever home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they get their leader back, Mark Brunell, albeit with a high ankle sprain. And Scott Zolak, third straight start for the Pats. 1-1 in the previous two. Tom Tupelo Honey, punt partially blocked by Kevin Hardy, who had a big game. Reggie Barlow makes something out of return the Jags in business to the 40. Mike Hollis has doinked field goals off the right upright in playoffs before. Takes aim at the same thing, just misses it. It's good. 36-yard field goal. 3-0 Jags. First quarter, Fred Taylor. And Willie Clay gets caught in the kiln. 46 yards for the rookie Taylor. Down to the 20-yard line. 5 plays later, second and goal. Brunell. Too hard for Keenan McCardell. And then Thomas, he looked for Damon Jones. He took too much off.
Yeah, not enough touch on that one and a little too much touch on this one to Damon Jones.
So the Patriots defense holds, and Mike Hollis comes on the field again. Gets the 25-yard field goal, but the Pats had to hope the defense could keep him in at 6-0. Second quarter, same score. Fred Taylor up. Other than that way. Whoop! Oh, we'll get a little cut block from Baselli, and we'll go 21 yards down to the Patriots' 34-yard line. Next play, Brunell, airborne. He had trouble throwing, but he hits McCardell, stumbles over that first and 10 line, and then it's 14 yards. Taylor, running left, gets a big block.
Yeah, great pull by Leon Searcy, blocking on Brewski to get him into the end zone.
12-0 for Tom Coughlin. He says, let's go for 2 and make it 14, but the veteran Henry Thomas stops Taylor, and it's still 12-0. Pete Carroll hoping again for defense. Patriots offense, we haven't shown you much, although this little screen to Robert Edwards started well, it ended poorly. Brian Schwartz with the hit. It's a fumble. Jacksonville ball.
Great job by Schwartz where he comes up on Edwards and hammers the ball out right there, and you see the entire Jags defense swarming on the football.
Schwartz was the general because Schwartz made him cough it up. End of the first half. Mark Brunell. Greg Spires spins him, and remember he's playing with the ankle sprain. Brunell gets up limping, but the Jags go off with a 12-0 halftime lead. New England offense in the first half. As Brunell limps off, New England's offense atrocious. He's not dumb, but we can't understand why he walks like a woman and throws like a man. He's Zolak. Z-O-L-A-A-K, Zolak. Scotty struggled. Missed Coates, missed Simmons. Tried to go deep. We saw him throw deep against San Francisco. He has a good arm. Simmons is out of bounds. And then even on the short ones to Cedric Shaw, Zolak feeling the jitters of the magnitude of the start. Patriots 0 for 7 on third downs in the first half. So we begin the third quarter 12-0. Brunell. Hit as he throws, limps off, and the Jags are going to punt. Meanwhile, on the Patriots sideline, tell me, is Drew Bledsoe looking like a tourist these days? Trying to sell Zolak to stay in there and get it going, and he does. Zolak. Detroit Brown, and
his band of renown.
12 yards and a first down. 4 plays later. Third down, Zolak. Detroit Brown, and
his band of renown.
22 yards to the Jags, 35. 7 plays later. 3rd and 5 of the 9, Zolak. The Ben winter coat. Don't need a winter coat in Jacksonville at this time of the year. He thinks he has a touchdown, doesn't, but he has a first down on the one front line. Robert Edwards, the drive that took almost 9 minutes. And the Patriots, the Jags let him hang around. Patriots are within 12-7. Now the score is 12-10 after a field goal by Vinatieri. Brunell for Jimmy Smith. He doesn't make this catch, but Tom running for the end zone from 37 yards out, he's going to make this.
Yeah, you look at this toss to the back of the end zone by Brunell, and what a great grab by Jimmy Smith as he goes out of the end zone.
And a great battle here between 2 young players.
Yeah, 2 outstanding starters in the Pro Bowl. You see that Ty Law kind of misjudged Jimmy Smith's speed right there. He runs by, and he really did do a great job of clutching the football.
Patriots trying to get back in it. He's not the world's most physical guy, but when you squeeze him tight, he nearly broke his spine. It's Zolak. It's a fumble. Schmengi the hit. Tony Brackens. If at first you don't succeed, fall on it the second time.
Joe Schmengi coming from the right side of the screen. He's going to knock the ball out. Watch right here. You see Tony Brackens try to pick it up and run, and then think better of it, grab it, roll over on it. I've got possession.
Chris Slade, Patriots, season over. Mark Brunell talks to Zolak afterwards. And the Jags win it 25-10. Fred Taylor, 33 carries, 162 yards, has now 21 of the last 23 at home, although the Jags probably won't return home in the playoffs. They are moving on to the second round to play the New York Football Jets. And afterwards, the Jags, who are 0-3 lifetime against the Pats, talked about this was our time.
They've beaten us 3 straight times, and they pretty much did what they wanted against us. So how much more motivation do you need?
Bad first half, better second half. Came back in the second half, and we rallied there for a while and ran out of gas. Ran out of missiles.
We heard rumors coming out of New England that we were a finesse team. Just wanted to prove that we were more physical, and by running the ball, that lets you know who's smash mouth and who's soft.
Any thoughts about the Jets?
Well, we know the second best team in the AFC, maybe playing the best football right now. We know their head coach will have them ready to play, and it'll be another emotional game. We go up there, so it'll be a little tougher.
But I think, Tommy, New England had to have a lot of things go right. They didn't have their starter, and Jacksonville had theirs. Brunell, of course, he was hurt. But they needed a lot of things to go right, and they needed some turnovers, and they weren't able. Jacksonville played like a veteran team.
Well, certainly without Terry Glenn in the lineup, I think that we assumed that Scott Zolak would have a hard time making big plays in the pass offensive downfield. So he was going to need a big day from Robert Edwards. They only ran the ball, the Patriots, 19 times for 35 yards. That's less than 2 yards a carry. On the other hand, you got the 33 carries for 162 yards from Fred Taylor, so Jacksonville was able to control the tempo of the football game. They didn't turn the football over, which is key when you're playing at home.
Well, so Jacksonville moves on. The Patriots, who knows what's swirling? Rumors of a closed-door meeting between the owner, Robert Kraft, and the coach, Pete Carroll. If they didn't do well, it's hard to tell, did they do well or not in this game? Not well enough. As the Jags move on, they'll be a worthy opponent of the Jets. We go inside the numbers. They'll be real worthy if Fred Taylor can continue this, because we realize the Jaguars haven't been around as long as, say, the Packers or the Bears. But his yardage today, 162 yards, of the top 4 rushing games in Jaguar history, they saved the best for the playoffs. Except for Taylor against Detroit earlier this year. The next 3, Natron means business, Taylor today, and Natron means business, all came in the postseason. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
I heard rumors coming out of New England that we were a finesse team. Just wanted to prove that we were more physical, and by running the ball, that lets you know who's smash mouth and who's soft. So I think they did a great job tonight.
Each week we have to get better and better, and it gets tougher next week. Our running game has to be better, our passing game has to be better. I mean, that's regardless of what happened today. As the playoffs go on, you have to improve.
Bad first half, better second half. Came back in the second half, and we rallied there for a while and ran out of gas.